Have you ever looked up at the sky and seen the moon and been sort of momentarily weirded out? Because there's this other world that's up in there in the sky, and it's like 3 days travel in a rocket away, and a small handful of people have actually walked on it. A different world, people have walked on it. And it's really sci-fi, but it's real and it's up there. Have you ever had that feeling of just, going about your normal everyday life and seeing that and being kind of weirded out, but in a good way? Because if you have, you've experienced what this song Distant Worlds is all about.
The moon was hanging overhead, a stranger in the sky.
Distant Worlds is the second track from my second Ashfeathers album. And it's inspired by that feeling, which I've had more than once. It's also inspired by a trip to Norway and a particular evening at night, really, when we were by a fjord sort of near the city of Tromsø, looking up into the winter sky on a really clear night. And we saw the moon, we saw the stars, we saw the northern lights, which were grey. They're more commonly grey to the naked eye rather than green as they appear on cameras, which I didn't know until I saw them. So the stuff about that in the song as well. As a solo artist releasing music under my own name, Tom Slatter, very often that's sort of dark, sort of comic book dark, comic book horror. It's really nice that I've given myself the freedom with Ashfeathers to write songs that are lighter, I guess, because sometimes you need a bit of light, right? Particularly now the world's a bit dark and scary. Maybe we need some light sometimes. So I've enjoyed doing that. Musically, it's all about getting to grips with this guitar and a new tuning, a new to me tuning, which is C, G, D, G, A, D. That's what it sounds like open. Here's what it sounds like with the C chord. Or if I want a C minor, I guess I would go there. Anyway, it's me getting to grips with this, and also, I got this new guitar a couple of years ago. I'm trying to get better at my fingerstyle playing. That's what Ashfeathers is partly about as well. It's just me getting better at this instrument. So what have we got going on in this song? We've got a main pattern that's in the verse and the sort of the main riff, if you like, that's a C chord. Well, the bass is a C, and then a G, and then an A. But that A is not the root note, so actually the chords we've got going on are C, G and D.
We'll go say hi. We'll go say hi. We'll go say hi.
That's a C, a G, a D. That's the primary chords 1, 4 and 5 from G major. So we're going from the 4 chord down to the 1 and then up to the 5 in the verse and the main riff melodies. So that's primary chords. That's really simple stuff. It's a bit different to the first song from the album, Ankle Deep, which is sort of a bit more harmonically complex. You've got G major and G minor at the same time. This one's a bit more simple in the main riff. We've also got a verse thing that has E minor, G, B minor, A minor. Before it goes back. The other chord thing that happens is there's a middle 8 that has over the top this pattern. With the bass line sort of chugging away underneath.
Up there, distant worlds are distant worlds. We're calling up there. Down here, down to earth, down to earth.
So that's all the chords, that's all the sections that are happening. It's verse, chorus, middle bit, chorus, and then the opening bit to end. So it's deliberately simple, straight ahead pop song. And like I say, I'm really enjoying being able to do that with Ashfeathers. The other thing to maybe point out is the lyrics. So I'd already sort of figured out a lot of the music, just noodling around. I think I've got rehearsal footage of me playing a sketch where I've just end up playing a far too long guitar solo with a loop pedal going underneath. But I didn't have the vocals at that point. I ended up, I had some ideas about what the melody might be, and then I ended up, I can't remember why, but I was reading the Wikipedia page on poetic meter, and it was telling me about, I think it's called ballad meter, maybe standard meter, I might have remembered that wrong, common meter, which is really common. You've heard it in loads of different songs and poems. So it's 4 iambs and then 3 iambs. An iamb is the short long sounds. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. So in this song, the moon was hanging overhead, a stranger in the sky. A famous song that you know is Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. So it's the same rhythm. I didn't steal that from Amazing Grace in particular. It's used in loads of things. And unusually for me, I was actually thinking about the meter when I wrote this song, which I do not usually do. So yeah, that's the song. The recording's got some drums and 3 guitar parts and a little bit of bass in the just to sort of support the bass line that I'm playing on the guitar as well, and some backing vocals as well. And yeah, it's about this, what I find very sort of pleasant, hopeful experience of just looking up at the sky and thinking, God, look at that. Isn't it weird? Which is a pleasant break for me. It's different for me from all the weird songs about murder that I'm used to singing. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy it as much as I have. That's Distant Worlds.
Those distant worlds, they're calling out for us to join them on some distant day. We'll go say hi. We'll go say hi.